I come down to LA, 99-2000 season. By that time, I was 11 years or so in the league. And I had played with Shaq in Orlando, but Phil was different. And that first year in LA, I think all of us collectively as a team were like, this dude is a little strange. And then what does all this stuff that he has us doing have to do with basketball?
He comes in the room, and all of a sudden, we smelling his stuff. We're like, what is it? Someone smoking weed? He's going to everybody's locker, and he's trying to, get out the demons and stuff.
And one last question, Zen Master, tell me about that.
Well, it's just something I taught these players about, learning how to meditate, learning how to put their mind at ease.
I'm looking at him like, stop talking back. Michael and Scotty did the meditation. They did it, I'm gonna do it. Every day he come in with the sage and we got a chance to meditate for practice. Go to a quiet place.
It was my rookie year, and I had the worst person sitting behind me. Couldn't hold attention for more than 5 minutes, and that's Shaq, kicking my chair the whole time.
We sat there and hummed for about a half hour.
And you thought to yourself,
oh, this is not too bad. At least we're not floating.
Zen is something that brings awareness, and it's very much part of what I believe is the game's important key. And if you're aware out there, it really helps your team.
Understanding and learning meditation helped us to slow ourselves down mentally, emotionally, psychologically.
Phil had this thing when he came in, he'd interview all the players, and he'd make them read books.
What kind of stuff would he bring in, Shaq?
he bought me a book by a guy named Nietzsche. And Nietzsche,
Really?
Yeah. Really? Nietzsche wrote a book called Superman, but I didn't want to read about myself, so, I didn't read it.
By interviewing us and by handing out the books, he knows what makes us go. And if you challenge us, most of the time we step up.
The opening of Staples for the Los Angeles Lakers, and everybody excited about this new facility and hoping that they'll get it with a win.
If it goes, it didn't go off the fingertips of...
We were young, so I think the meditation just started to help us connect with each other.
We ran off 16 games in a row, and then we won 19 games in a row. And everybody started to kind of look at each other and say, this is working. We quickly realized not only did we have to apply meditation and use it for the basketball side of things, but also in dealing with Kobe.
With Kobe, he made a choice, and the choice was to go it alone.
I do know on the road, most of the time he spends it in his room, and most of the time he asks us for the tape of the game we played the night before, the opponent we're playing the next night.
I would study the game, I would think about our opponents, and not every player was doing that.
I said to him, some of the players came to me and said, you don't even want to go down and have, a bite to eat with him.
Kobe was extremely quiet. Sat in the back of the bus.
He has on headphones, bobbing his head like he's listening to music, like he's not paying attention to anybody. I go and sit next to him. There's nothing in the headphones. He just wants to hear what these guys are saying.
At times it felt like, he doesn't want to be a part of this, or he feels like he's too good to, to hang out with the fellas.
Kobe Bryant's coming in the ballgame. That's what all the noise is about.
He saw himself as a star.
And the coach is all over Kobe.
He was saying, I want to be the best basketball player ever, and if I'm restricted and not scoring points, that's not how I'm going to be seen. Sometimes players have to make a sacrifice for the betterment of the team.
We wanted as a group to kind of address Kobe being selfish on the court.
Something wasn't right. Something wasn't right. I go to practice and I feel a little uncomfortable. I'm like, what's this about?
The mood in the locker room was not good. So I asked the ball boys, the trainers, Jerry West, Mitch Kupchak, to leave the room. I want to talk to these players alone. And then I night started out on what's going on out there, what's going on with you guys. They didn't want to talk. Rick Fox finally said, "Yeah, we've had trouble with Kobe. Kobe sometimes gets into his individual act."
Anything that doesn't drive the team agenda, like, I have to cut out like it's cancer. And so my communication, I think, was a little probably more emotional than people expected it to be.
Rick got so emotional. I think he cried and he just kind of like went in and just like, "That's bull. You don't trust us. We're your brothers."
If you don't trust us, we're not going to trust you. We're not going to give you the ball.
The true definition of a great player is one that makes players around you better. You can't come in doing that all by yourself, pissing everybody off. Because now they don't want to play. And we can't have that right now. So yeah, I said what I had to say, and I meant it.
That was the moment where everybody got some stuff off their chest. And when your teammates sit back and tell you how they view you, are you able to absorb that and understand that?
It was about them thinking I was out for myself and I was being selfish, and which was totally not the case.
I talked to Jerry West about it at the time and said, Kobe doesn't really want to win if he wants it to be about him. Maybe it'd be best to move him on.
I always say teams emerge as championship contenders by December or January. Lakers were one of those teams. They finished with the best record in the league that year. But in the postseason, we learned very early on that you can show things in the regular season, and it's a whole different story learning how to win a championship.
Tonight, it's the Portland Trail Blazers versus the Los Angeles Lakers.
I just think, both teams just going to come out and lay it on the line. I mean, I think the pressure's on them because everybody expected them to beat us in this series so dominantly.
Going into that Game 7, we were tied. Series was tied 3-3.
Game 7 against Portland was so pivotal because I think if they don't win that game, it's possible Shaq and Kobe get broken up. This thing is going to be over before it even had a chance to start.
The Lakers have to realize that they've got 12 minutes to play. It's only a 13-point game.
Not anymore. Steve Smith hits on the run, and it's 15.
I was at that game, man, and we looked like our dog just died.
They were blowing us out, man. I was so mad. I was so mad. Like, this is how we're going down again?
In Game 7, when you're down 15 points in the fourth quarter, when everything's about to crumble away, Phil says what he says every day. Go to your quiet place. He ain't calling no place. Shut the hell up. Go to your quiet place. He used a little bit of reverse psychology. It's been a great year. No, you pussies couldn't do it. We'll win next year, but we're not gonna win this year. Good job, guys. And then we looking at each other like, what?
We was 13 down. I told my guys, look, do or die. Time is now. We've been in this position before. We ain't never lost 3 in a row. Let's play. Let's go.
Just kind of like trying to light a fire. You get this little spark and you begin to blow on it and say, come on, heat up. And that's what began to happen.
It was a whole game. I'm like, hey, man, I know you like to do this, but I'm right there, dog. All right, I got you. Kobe's like, hey, Shaq, instead of trying to shoot 3 or 4 jump hooks over 4 or 5 people, I'm right here. All right, I got you, Cole. So I kept telling him, and he kept saying, I got you. So right when he's crossed Scotty up, does he have me?
I wasn't watching that moment. I was at the motherfucking game. I was in the crowd. You understand me? We were so excited, so happy. We jumped out our motherfucking seats.
Kobe Bryant's assist to Shaquille O'Neal makes it a 6-point difference.
He could have took the shot, but he was like, you know what? Big dogs there. That meant that we were finally there.
That moment was so significant because that's when you knew we had the game secured.
We found something in that 8-9-minute stretch that defined us for the next, 3-4 years.
With 41 and 3/10 seconds left, LA has outscored Portland. That's it. A huge comeback in the fourth quarter.
In order to achieve what they each want to achieve, the two of them are connected, and there's no way to separate that.
Was this the ultimate test for you all?
up to this point, this has been the ultimate test.
And I knew my teammates was going to step up on the night because they didn't step up the last 2 games.
These 2 guys are working together this way. The rest of the league has no chance.
The Pacers. Reggie Miller, Jalen Rose, Rick Smith. Man, we knew we was gonna dust them off. They was weak.
Larry Bird says, we know we can beat this team. However, our confidence isn't always there. It comes and goes. Tonight will set the tone for the entire series.
Pacers deep to O'Neal. Into the lane, to the hoop, and shot catches up.
And that's what he has to do. A lot of different ways to score.
The toughest game for us was in game 4. There's always one play that you go, that's one that killed us. It was that tip in from Kobe.
Now, uno más to go.
Here comes a 2-on-1 break with Kobe and Shaw. Kobe indeed gives to Shaq. Shaq is hammered, scores. Listen to this crowd. The Lakers have the lead. Gets to Miller. He shoots a 3. No good. Game's over.
The mentality that I had, if I get to the finals again, oh, I'm coming home with this. And I followed Phil's orders and won the MVP, too.
Finally got one. Yeah.
And the mentality that he had, I'm getting one of these trophies, too. So if you got 2 people that have that same mentality, plus everybody else is on the right page.
Is it what you dreamed of, or is everything and more? I mean, you have the Laker colors falling from the ceiling and the fans going crazy.
You know, to reach this pinnacle again after going all the way down, it's just a fantastic feeling, I can tell you. It took us 10 years